know the latest with Fani. We can't get away from her.
So it's an update.
Kemp, the governor of Alabama, of Georgia. Kemp signs Georgia's law reviving prosecutor sanctions panel. Democrats fear it's aimed at Fani Willis.
I thought this was signed already.
No. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp signed a law Wednesday that lets state commission begin operating with powers to discipline and remove prosecutors. Now, remember, that's with Florida. Remember, DeSantis was removing prosecutors. Georgia wants the same thing. They want to be able to go in there and say, get out of here.
Just ding, ding, ding. One moment he woke up and said, let's do this. Oh, because of the Fani thing.
This legislation will help us ensure rogue and incompetent prosecutors are held accountable if they refuse to uphold the law, Kemp said before signing the bill. Flanked by Republican legislative leaders, as we all know well, crime has been on the rise across the country, and it is especially prevalent in cities where prosecutors are giving criminals a free pass or failing to put them behind bars due to lack of professional conduct. The measure is likely to face renewed legal challenges. 4 district attorneys dropped their previous lawsuits challenging the commission after the Supreme Court set it to the side. The law will require district attorneys and solicitors general who prosecute lower-level cases in some counties to evaluate each case on its own, instead of declining to prosecute classes of offenses. Opponents say that would mean prosecutors could use their discretion. They don't want prosecutors to have the ability to say, well, that one is not good. That's not good enough. Or that one is good enough. Or this one is, and it says here,
pick and choose or what?
Republicans cited other instances of alleged prosecutor misconduct, including occasions in the past when Democrats supported the idea of prosecutors' oversight panel after killing of Black man Ahmaud Arbery during Brunswick. For us in the House, our focus is not on any one person, not on any one situation. So they don't want them to be able to take one situation and say, well, that's different. Like George Floyd, for instance. When he kneeled on him, there was other cases where police have hurt people and they've passed away, and they didn't have that much attention and prosecutors going after them like that. So why would you allow them to do it for George Floyd? Because it's a national thing or people talking about it. So they saying they want this council to say, no, you can't single out cases. You got to treat them all the same under the law. And Black people, or the Black people in the lawyers are saying that's not right, because that's going to end up hurting a lot of the Black cases, because there might be insinuating circumstances, maybe in this case, that's different than another case. We should have the discretion to be able to bring whatever case we want to.
This is going a different direction than I thought.
What'd you think?
I was thinking mainly if there's any misconduct.
That too, yeah.
That to me only, not pick and choose and everything needs to be the same. And,
right.
Because we can't do that in our
The other one is, like you said, if they see that there's something going on with the prosecutor, they can remove the prosecutor.
Right. If there's any misconduct, if somebody's complaining about them, they're being racial prejudice or bad, they're not good, whatever the reason is.
Or taking a boyfriend to the Bahamas.
Yeah, they got to show proof of that. And then they can be going to a counselor, because I know when I watch, as even though it's TV land, they do take real cases sometimes.
Yeah.
Law and Order. One of the lawyers, prosecutors, she did something where she wasn't supposed to do to get some information. And it didn't cost the case. Actually, they won, I think. But she had to go to sit in front of the Senate people do, in front of the group who makes the decision if they're going to take her license or not. So they asked her questions and whatever, and she had to go with that. So if that's what they're saying, like the Fani would have to sit in front of these people and give reason why
not
she
the
brought
judge, exactly.
on or
the
whatever.
Commission, they got to sit in front of.
But
now,
the other stuff, I'm not
they
sure.
They said the committee, he signed this into law, right?
Yeah.
So, Ma, you need to understand this. The committee has already heard testimony against Nathan Wade to remove him. So the governor signed this. It don't have to take the judge to remove him. This commission can remove them.
Right.
She's getting removed either way. She's getting removed either from or Nathan is getting removed either from the judge or from this new commission that the governor just signed in. If the judge does it, this commission won't even have to do it. But they made it to where even if the judge says, yeah, this commission is going to say, remove them from the case.
And the sad thing about it is that in different states where governor, state level do things, now it has to go to the Supreme Court, or it may go to the Supreme Court.
Probably.
That's another delay.
It's probably going to go to that's what I'm saying.
That's another delay that Trump can sit there and say, yippee!
Georgia's law is one of multiple attempts nationwide by Republicans to control prosecutors they don't like. Republicans have gone against progressive prosecutors after some have brought fewer drug possession cases and sought shorter prison sentences. That's another reason why they want this. They feel like some of the prosecutors will, like, let's say somebody gets convicted of drug charge or something, they won't give them they won't go after a big, long time to leave them in jail. They'll go after a smaller prison sentence or something. So they want them to be like, no, they need to go for, whatever the law is supposed to be. I don't know. It's just back. She just opened the door for them to do it.
Let me ask you this. With all that's going on with her in the investigation and the courts and the back and forth, if she tomorrow morning,
too late,
says, I'll sit out.
Too late.
And let another prosecutor take this.
Too late.
What do you mean?
And it's not her. She got Nathan Lane over it. Oh. Nathan Lane. Oh. Nathan Wade.
Where did you get Nathan
the Lane actor, from? Nathan Lane.
Oh.
Nathan Wade is over it.
Oh.
So
what
it's
if
too
he
late.
Sits down and says,
he ain't sitting
I will
down.
pass the baton to somebody else?
Nah, it's too late. It is too late. It's over. I don't think the case is gonna. I think this is just gonna prolong the case.
And now that the governor is involved,
it's gonna prolong.
Hopefully, Killer Mike can have some conversations because he talking about trying to get close. It was so funny because when he was on The View and he was saying how he's trying to stay connected even to the governor of the state, even though they may have to be a different political party.
Yeah,
Sonny looked at him like, ooh.
Yeah.
And he says, no, you got to also.
Thank you.
You got to be connected with them because they're in office right now. And you got to know what's on their plate.
She says
but I'm thinking why she probably said, ooh.
Right.
Because of this kind of stuff. Yeah. Kemp goes and signs a law that's going to knock Fani off.
Right.
So, yeah, people are probably like, boo. And especially with Abrams and how she had to deal with him. So, a lot of people don't like him.
I know.
So, but go ahead.
Steve Bannon appeared